What's going on, everybody? On View Entertainment Gaming here, and I'm joined by a very special group of people right now, everyone. And today we're here to talk about the potential possibility of there being a World War III involving the United States, Israel, Syria, Iran, Russia, and China. Now, I'm joined by a couple of my friends, Dave, Brandon, and Tyler. Now, guys, I really don't know how familiar you guys are with what's going on in today's current events, but being that we're going to invade, Syria, and we're actually going to go bomb them and whatnot, and, given the orders of Barack Obama, given the green light for us to actually go in there, what are your thoughts on the whole situation? Like, do you guys think it's going to be very grim and very loomy in the next couple of months, or what do you guys think?
First of all, I think there's no legit point for us to be even going into this whole ordeal because of Obama's assumption. Because this is a big waste to me. We're gonna send in our troops, and we don't even have that many people, honestly, compared to China. If they get involved, we don't have that many people to be talking about some war right now.
I mean, do you think we can afford it to actually go in there and yet start another war with another country that did nothing to us?
I'm sure.
No.
Actually, no. Because we're already in debt. We already owe people a lot of money, and there's no point for us to be trying to put ourselves more in debt by trying to also provide for an army to go and fight. And there's no point for that.
I mean, what are your thoughts on us, actually sending our destroyers and warships over to Syria's, borders and whatnot? Because it's looking very, very grim for everybody. Because remember, Syria is actually allies with Russia and China, and they do have interconnections with resources and whatnot. So, do you think it's a smart idea for us to go on ahead and just attack Syria, and just bombard them to death? I mean, what are your thoughts on us even sending our troops and destroyers in there?
Hell no. Number one, we don't. I mean, if he wants to send those, he can send people to keep an eye out on his assumptions. But just sending people in and just telling the people you're gonna fight and you're gonna do this because I said so. That's just you're gonna get innocent people killed for no reason, all because you assume something. And it's probably not even true. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, the whole ordeal is the fact that al-Assad, one of the government heads, unleashed a chemical weapon on his people, killing more than 1,400 people. Now, the chemical weapons part, I mean, nobody knows if it's true or whatnot, because the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, said that he wants the United States to provide the UN with proof that this happened. If not, it does not exist. So let's say, for example, we do go in there and we do start bombing the shit out of Syria, and let's say, hypothetically speaking, they sink one of our vessels. Then what?
We're definitely going to end up fighting after that. I mean, you think the U.S. is going to let that go if they sink one of our ships? Hell. Mm-mm.
And what about...
Okay.
What about you, Tyler and Dave? What are your thoughts on the whole ordeal?
Well, basically, President Obama is just going on without anybody approving it or anything. So, I mean, shit.
That is true. He just
really
got the
ain't
green light.
nothing we can do. He's just saying, "Fuck you guys. I can overrule all of you if we're going to bed."
I mean, that is that is true. But the fact that he overstepped Congress, do you think that's constitutional or no?
He overstepped Congress, and America's run by the people, so basically overstepped the people. Which, that right there shouldn't happen, but it's America. It's how America is for some stupid-ass reason.
But yeah, but that's
I know the British, didn't they, pass a thing they're not going to do it?
Yeah, nobody else wanted to go. France didn't want to go. England didn't want to go. Nobody else wants to go to war. They already asked the people. They voted on Congress and whatnot, and everybody said no. So everybody but America said no for some weird reason. And I mean, I understand where Obama's coming from because he doesn't want nobody to attack us. But I mean, how does this make any sense? If Syria bombs...
He doesn't want nobody to attack us, but Syria hasn't bombed us or in any way threatened us. I can understand him saying there's probably a chemical weapon over there that he used, but that's basically another way to say how we went into Afghanistan and all that.
Exactly, yeah, the whole cover-up with the whole weapons of mass destruction with George Bush, but yet George Bush was doing it on a lie. We found no weapons of mass destruction over there. We were just over there for resources and oil and whatnot. But the point is, how does this make any sense? If Syria bombs Syria, why is America going to bomb Syria?
Because we're stupid.
Ain't it like a civil war over there anyways?
I mean, yeah, there's a civil war going on with the Sunnis and the Shiites and whatnot.
Then why are we going to get involved?
Exactly.
Stupid.
That's the whole point.
Ain't that between two brothers or some shit that run different cities or something.
Well, I mean, it goes back, to tradition and heritage. Yeah, yeah. It actually goes, but I mean, it wasn't as bad as it was the last couple of years over there. Like, people are committing massive genocide. Like, hundreds of thousands of people are dying. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we bomb them and they sink our vessels, and then we attack them. Where do you guys see China and Russia standing at that point? Like, once we all start unleashing our military forces over there.
I think if they attack us first, China and Russia will probably say they're on their own because they sunk our vessel first. But if we attack them first, then I can see China and Russia both getting involved to actually help them. It's basically first come, first serve, if you know what I mean. Like, first person to attack gets either screwed or the other person gets more screwed than one. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, we have a tendency of just sticking our nose where it doesn't belong, and in this case,
we don't have the tendency.
Well, I mean, people
don't want to do this.
Yeah,
Obama
not
basically
us.
wants to.
Yeah, not us, like the individuals. We're talking about government, but the bottom line is, like, if a third world war were to break out, how do you guys see that playing out? Like, little by little.
We would lose a lot of people for no reason. It'd be all Obama's fault. And people would hate. They would never elect another black president again.
No, they would actually be making the smart choice. Not being mean or nothing or saying this is going to happen. They need to just go ahead and impeach Obama because none of the American people want this war, and he didn't even side with Congress on this. So right there involves an impeachment needs to be done right there.
Yes, I totally agree, because he bypassed every possible law and boundary possible just to go ahead and ensue this thing.
I mean, like, what is the president? He's not just the president. He's the head of all of the armed forces, the Navy.
The commander.
He can do whatever the fuck he wants with his military without Congress's consent.
Tyler, look, the president is supposed to agree with everybody first. He is the commander of the military, but for the military, he has to pass a military law first that suggests or says he can actually go in there and do whatever he wants. If he doesn't pass that, there's no point for him to even try because he can be impeached if that ain't passed.
Yeah, I mean that's why he needs, like, the approval of Congress in order for them to give him the green light. But in this case, he didn't even go. I mean, I'm guessing that he went to them, but I'm guessing that they said no. Like, whatever happened, the point is Obama is like, all right, we're going in there. But number one, we're going to be losing a lot of people. Number two, we're going to be losing a lot of money, because remember, it's like we're all working here, so all of our tax money actually goes to fund the war. And number three, I mean, all it really takes is one nuclear bomb to go off. That's all it takes, is just one bomb to go off. Once one bomb goes off, they all go off.
Yeah, but you have to think, which country is going to be the one that launches the one bomb?
That is true.
It's always going to be the first people that are thinking, oh, we need to attack first while we can. No, that's the worst choice ever, because Russia has more than we do. We have ours all on battleships and submarines. And some of them are at home bases, but not a lot. The others mainly are put in other places that shouldn't belong there.
I mean, but this also goes back to the whole, tactical nuclear weapons. I mean, all it takes is just one. But that's the question. Who's going to be the first person, or what's going to be the first nation to hit that first bomb? I mean, then again, I have that feeling that it's going to be a nation that we didn't really expect. I mean, who knows? It could be Israel that hits Iran with one. It could be North Korea that hits us with one. Because remember, they are working on, like, a secret, like, rocket, sort of, like, project right now. I mean, nobody knows what it is, but it's happening right now as we're in Syria. So
unleash the zombie virus and just end it all.
Get the 115 element out.
Yeah, I mean, but the bottom line is, I feel like if we hit Syria, Syria might not hit us, but they might hit Israel. And remember, Israel's really close with us.
Here you go. Who in Syria used the chemical weapon? If they did have it, who used it?
All right, the allegation is that al-Assad used it, one of the leaders for Syria.
Okay, but that's a rebel. That's what they counted as a rebel. And if they're not able to buy it, how did they make a chemical weapon?
Well, I mean, they do have, resources, and they do have, like, I'm assuming,
Scientists.
I'm assuming that they have, enough scientists and whatnot to get the job done. But then again, they are really close with Iran, and Iran already enriched their uranium and whatnot. So that, I mean, it's all speculation at this point. But the bottom line is, Obama doesn't have any proof. Like, this can go back to the Cuban Missile Crisis. At least during the Cuban Missile Crisis, we had proof that the Cubans, were making missiles, but we don't have any proof on these weapons.
We have to wait till the UN inspectors get done with Syria.
No, but they already left. They already left Syria.
Yeah, they left, but they never did a report on it.
That's the thing, and Vladimir Putin's like, wait a minute, something's wrong. You guys aren't providing us with all the information. Where's the proof? And the UN's kind of like stalling. They're like, oh well, well about that, and yeah. So I mean, there's no legitimate proof. I mean, we see bodies and corpses all around the news and whatnot, but nobody really knows what happened. I mean, it's all accusation that it was a chemical weapon.
If our intelligence couldn't find it, which is almost basically the highest funded company or whatever by the U.S. government,
exactly.
Then how does Obama see this? Because the intelligence gets like what, $53 billion or something, and just put into it itself.
I mean,
so they have to have higher equipment than what Obama has because they're the intelligence company.
But the thing is,
no way.
The thing is, this goes back to Bin Laden. It's like, if we're supposed to be the most technologically superior, nation in the world, why did it take us 10 years to find one little dude in a cave? I mean,
because he knew how to manipulate it.
It just doesn't make sense. And then the fact that now we're going in Syria, didn't Obama want to pull out from like Iraq and Iran, from Afghanistan?
He wanted to pull out of it.
Yeah.
He wanted to get all the troops home from Afghanistan, Iraq,
exactly.
and Iran, and
so,
just have outposts put up. Outposts basically to what?
It's like so you're pulling them out so you can bring them back in. I mean, I don't know, Brandon. What do you make of this? Because
he's gonna piss a lot of families off that way. If they find that the ladies find out their husband has to go back, or their wives have to go back,
or God forbid, God forbid, like there's a World War III. Do you guys think that there's going to be a draft? I mean, honestly, because looking at our military and all the supplies we have and all of the resources we have, do you think our military would get obliterated to the point where they need a draft?
I'm not saying that they're gonna get obliterated.
But they took cops before they took people like us.
No,
they'll take everybody. Cops, teenagers.
They will basically go in, if they're going to draft, they will draft pick certain people and move them on over, get them prepared, and ship them.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
I mean, I
there
think
is no boot camp either. They just teach you how to use a weapon and you're off.
Yep. I think it's like 2 or 3 months of training or something like that before they send you in there.
Well, luckily for Tyler, you just turned 18. You can help with the war.
Nah, I'm in college. I think they get
no, they don't give a damn.
Well, that's the thing. I really doubt that they really care about who's going to college or who's working if that were to happen. Because, I mean, think about it. If there was a fucking world war happening, I mean, at this point, they're going to be like, all right, we need people. We're not just going to wait until you graduate in order for you to join us. It's like,
This is going to be like one of those store situations, Tyler. Must be really desperate to come for me for help.
But the bottom line is like if a world war were to break out, like how do you guys see it happening? Like who do you see attacking each other first, and who do you think is going to be like the game changer? Like
I'm just going to go ahead and say America's fucked.
I mean, I think the game changer is going to be China. Like I think they're just going to sit back and like wait a little bit, and then they're just going to say, you know what, enough's enough. You owe us a lot of money. We're tired of this, and I mean, we as American people, and I'm sure there are many people around the world that are just living their lives daily and just casually going to school, working. Yeah, just like fucking working and whatnot. Like everybody's living casually, but it's the people in power that like dictate, how we function. Like all the politicians. Like I always said it best: every single politician's a liar. Like no matter how much they want to sugarcoat bullshit, it's always going to be bullshit. So I feel like. I personally feel like it's going to go down like this. I feel like America's going to keep pushing for Iran and Syria and Saudi Arabia. And then one of those nations may not hit us, but they're definitely going to hit Israel. Because Israel is a big ally with America. And Israel was the one, like Israel is the nation that keeps pushing for all this. So I think if they attack Israel, America's going to unleash like their full-fledged army, and then Israel's going to retaliate. Therefore, it's going to be a back-and-forth confrontation in the Middle East, and that's where I feel like Britain might get involved and say, you know what, we'll aid you. And if that happens, Russia's going to get involved, and they're going to say, you know what, you guys are just wrecking shit over here. Like, we have to put an end to it. So Russia's going to get involved, and I feel like from then on in, China's definitely going to step in and just say, you know what.
I have a feeling China's going to pull that like ninjutsu shit and just like slowly work their way behind us somehow and just fuck us over.
I mean, remember, we do owe him so much. Like, it's just...
I know.
Like,
but I just have a feeling like China's just going to be like that sneaky little bastard out of the whole entire group that's just going to be waiting for the perfect moment.
I mean, don't get us wrong, folks. I mean, we love our countries. I mean, we're proud to be here. But sometimes
just hate the president's decision.
Yeah, it's just sometimes we feel like living here is just harder than what many people seem like. Because a lot of people in often different countries. I mean, because a lot of you out there are from that are watching this right now are from Sweden and Australia and UK. A lot of people often have that. A lot of people often have that misconception, like, oh, Americans are just lazy, they have everything made for them. And it's really not, it's like we actually work hard, in our daily lives to get by, and we actually are hardworking, we're hardworking individual people. Like, we do not agree with a lot of these things that the government's doing, but I feel like at this point we gave, our government too much power, and that's why they're abusing us so much. But if World War III were to break out...
I don't think the government's abusing us.
I think the government's definitely abusing its power over the people. I mean, it has to be. Just all the things. I mean, like, now you can't even, like, do certain things on the street. You can't do certain things with your friends. Like, the NSA is always listening in, and just so much, stuff. Like, they're trying to, like, invoke security over freedom, which is bad. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like right now we're on the brink of World War III because there's so much tension, so many threats going around. Like, oh, you hit me, I'll hit you. You bomb me, I'll bomb you. So it's like... Whoa, man! Like, relax.
I just want to go ahead and blame the idiot who thought of nuclears.
Yes,
I want to go ahead and blame him.
That's something that I never understood. Please, all of you, all three of you, explain to me what is the purpose of a nuclear warhead? Why?
I would like to go back in time and just punch the man or kill him once.
Who, Albert Einstein? You can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, it was Albert Einstein.
Just want to beat the shit
go ahead and
out
punch him in the face.
But the thing is, I never understood what was the sole purpose of having a tactical nuclear warhead.
The sole purpose back in World War II
was to end the war. Whatever. Yes, I understand that.
But end it, yeah.
But what is the purpose?
Keep it around. Why keep it around though?
Well, yeah, why keep it around? Did you not?
Because
see how
it's powerful. If you had an AK in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, would you give it away?
Well, no, you wouldn't.
Exactly. That's the same thing like that they thought of.
But would you give it to the right or wrong person? You don't know who you're handing these things to.
They have it so they can seem like they have power over another country.
Well, honestly, we don't have power because Russia can fuck us up, China can fuck us up.
I mean, if he looks at
even Einstein said it back when he created it. Einstein said when he created it, he said he didn't want to use it for bad means.
Einstein was probably thinking of, an alternative
that's what
way
he wanted to use it. He wanted to use it for world peace. But the government was like, "Oh, what are you making, Einstein? Let me view what you got here." Oh, a nuclear.
Well, he was also probably thinking an alternative way of power too.
Like he didn't make the nukes. He made the formula for it.
Exactly, and then other people capitalized.
Yeah.
He just made the formula for the nuke.
But the thing is, it's like we don't just have 1, 2, 3 nukes. Like we don't have Little Boy anymore. We have weapons that are so much more superior than Little Boy in World War II. Like we have nuclear bombs that can eradicate multiple cities at one blast. You know what I mean? Like we have multiple warheads on one missile. Do you know how crazy that is? And God forbid, like not even striking somebody's land. God forbid they just shoot a missile in the atmosphere and it just blows up, creating an EMP. Like total just obliteration of all technology. Then what?
Now I will say this.
Sad thing is they do have that actually.
Losing C.
So what'd you say, Brandon?
I'm not sure if China has fuel enough for a missile to travel that far from their country.
Brandon, really?
They'll do it.
They do. Brandon, they do.
Instead of going like what you're probably thinking of them going through Europe and into there, but they actually do it the other way. They go through the Pacific Ocean, and they're probably gonna hit the West Coast. They're probably gonna hit the West Coast.
Yeah, they'll hit the West Coast first, unless of
Russia
course
will be the one to hit the other coast.
Yeah. They'll probably hit like Alaska Russia's still in the east. Well, I mean, it depends on where they shoot it from.
I mean,
they
yeah,
shoot it from the west
Russia
side. They're
will
going to hit
shoot
the
it
west
from
coast.
the corner. They'll
No, but see,
They'll shoot it from the corner near Alaska.
Yeah, but see, of course, that isn't like unless they have like submarines that we don't know about somewhere along the Pacific and Atlantic. So
The Atlantic, that would be pretty tough.
They just like us, we have submarines, and America doesn't even know where half of them are.
I mean, that'd be pretty hard for Russia to get through. I mean, you have to pass through Great Britain too in order to get through to get to America.
Not really with a submarine.
At this point, they don't really.
Buoys.
Yeah, at this point, it's like they already have all. Like the bottom line is everybody's ready. Like that's the scary part. Everybody's ready. Like, why are you gonna have an army if you're not ready for something? You know what I mean?
Everybody is prepped for the worst.
I hope
should be.
I hope to God we all are too, because if one missile goes off, that's all it really takes for like the destruction of all of us is just one bomb to go off. If that motherfucker goes off, everybody's gonna point fingers and say, you know what, F this. We're just gonna start launching them. Who cares? So, but anyways, everybody. I mean,
the biggest point.
This is another thing. We stuck our nose in North and South Korea war, but that was because somebody was trying to make a nuclear bomb or something over there.
Hey, you see what I mean?
What's called the ship. Wasn't the South Koreans? I think they shot off missiles over the border. From the sea.
There's just so much like that we actually stuck our nose in that we shouldn't have. But like, let us know in the comment section below, guys, and your thoughts and opinions about World War III. Like, how do you guys think it's gonna play out? Like, do you think America's wrong for stepping in? Do you guys think they're right for stepping in? Let us know in the comment section below and your thoughts on the whole matter. And thank you all for watching, everybody. This has been myself, Dave, Tyler, and Brandon.
The man broadcast.
I just hope.
Blaze.
I just hope. I really hope that nothing does happen. Man. Oh God. I really hope nothing happens, because if it does, I mean, we can all kiss our freedom and our lives goodbye. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, and we'll be seeing you later. Peace.